Yes! We're playing Dr. Funkenstein! Awesome name, super excited, and we got to keep two Eidolons to stay alive, some removal, and then a Deuter to play later at 5 drop, so we're cool. Ooh, white. Scared to see that, because that means somewhat aggressive. Always leading with Swamp, thanks to our Pharika's Cures, even though we've not seen them. Ooh, super aggro, so our Eidolon's going to be grand here. I'm not going to trade off the Eidolon to the Philosopher unless something is put on the Traveling Philosopher. I'm fine with taking 2 damage for a wee while. Till, we might draw like our 2-3 or something. Because 2 points isn't the end of the world at the moment. And a yoked ox. So my opponent must have a bunch of ordeals, because I can't understand why else you would do that. I can go into time to feed the yoked ox with the Baleful Eidolon right now just to gain some life, which I like in terms of using my mana, but I don't like for anything else. Instead, I'm just going to play the next Baleful Eidolon. I think that's a better use of my mana. Might as well attack in for one. I don't see my opponent playing 2 targets. Certainly could be a lightning strike, but I'm not going to be so far behind that that'll be a major issue. And soon enough, we'll have ways to start blocking these guys. Yep, there it goes. So our deal could come down on one of these two, but with what we have here, ooh, so we are taking 6 points of damage, which is dangerous against my opponent. But with only 2 cards in hand, we're looking at a really good place to be stabilizing in the very nearest of futures. All right, still don't necessarily want a time to feed yet, so I'll just go ahead and play out my land pad. Even though it has a great bestow quality to it, I like being able to have more defense up. Because as long as we stay alive long enough, we should be able to get through this red-white deck. I'm happy to make my opponent start using some tricks. Still happy to keep the Baleful Eidolon around. Yeah. Ooh, Wingsteed Rider. That's going to take a lash of the whip fairly soon, including now. Would love to get my Fairies Band Centaurs out, but that's not going to happen. Ooh, and then we're going to mop up with an Agent and a Time to Feed afterwards, so. Love that. Pretty much time to start blocking the Traveling Philosopher. We're not in too much danger of more damage coming there. Oh, I guess that doesn't work, but still, we're only taking 2. And my opponent's now out of cards, so I think we're in a good place. How much does this cost? 4? I do like that. But at this point, the Nemesis is about the same as Fairies Band Centaurs, so let's just use all of our mana up and start stabilizing. No attacks. I'm cool. I'm really looking forward to playing the Agent and the Time to Feed on the same turn, and that will be quite grand. That ain't it yet. And I think I'd rather have the Insatiable Heartbeat to gain some life first. Yeah, let's do that. I'm keeping the Centaurs back for defense, even though they could start getting in now. I'm a little too low on life. Two-headed Cerberus can get out of hand, but since my opponent has used all pumps that could be happening, I'm not super scared. Okay, who do I kill? I'm definitely playing the Agent and then Time to Feed, right? Correct. Let's go ahead and bash in with the Harpy first. Actually, that was stupid. I should have time to feed agent because I could have gotten in with the Fairies Band Centaurs as well. Silly me. Who am I killing? I gotta remember how fight works. It's just power, right? Like, does it? It doesn't. It's just combat that does double strike. I think I'm right about this. I guess that isn't really grand because my opponent's just gonna sacrifice the two-headed Cerberus, right? Eh. Should have thought about that a little bit more. Oh well. This is what happens when you don't play Magic for 2 weeks and you forget all the interactions. Or I'm just stupid and not thinking ahead. I think I'm just stupid. Let's just call it what it is right now. No reason not to take my opponent's last card. We have great defense now, so we can attack in quite a bit. Do I need to show the Nemesis? I mean, I guess I might as well just play it, right? I'm not too sure what my opponent can be drawing into to get out of this big old board state. I was so excited for Time to Feed to be a combo with Agent of Fates, and then I just didn't think about how you pretty much just sacrifice whatever is left. I don't really... How much does Monstrosity cost? Alright, we'll do that. Get Fatties online. Yoked Ox just blocks every turn. Alrighty. Good form would be to play Read the Bones, but I really don't feel I need to show my opponent anything else. We're sort of womping right now. And that's that. Yeah, we were pretty okay. Alright, name of the game is Stay Alive. We didn't see anything too terribly frightening. As long as we stay alive. The Viper's Kiss isn't going to do a whole lot. Did we see a Wingsteed Rider this game or last game? This is where I'm being really not good at Magic. The Skull Cleaver we saw. We traded that off. Yeah, there was a Wingsteed Rider. That's what I used the Lash the Whip on. And because Wingsteed Rider scares the bejesus out of me, Shredding Winds I do care about. What's bad against my opponent? Cures are still good. Time to Feed, Nombo with Agent of Fates, still good in the deck. I think, though, might be the weakest removal spell we have, so I might pull it out, since I don't have too many fatties. Yeah, I think I am just going to pull this out and bring in the Shredding Winds as a more efficient way of killing creatures. in dealing with flyers. Although I forgot I have the Scourge Mark in. Do I care about the Scourge Mark? Actually, yeah, we're just gonna do this. Load up on removal. Scourge Mark isn't doing a whole lot in this game. It helps with an agent, but I care way less about that. So cool. That's what we'll do. And I'm keeping that extra forest since I did add 1 green. Whatever. I could quickly try to side that out, but I'm fine with this. Okay, here we go. I mentioned Dr. Funkenstein, how much I like the name. We got to keep. It's a pretty underwhelming helm, but we have a defense, and that's good. And the Wreath of Bones will get us out of it. So no, we're not going to mull. We do have all the lands we want, but Wreath of Bones should help us get rid of all of that nastiness anyway. Yeah, we draw more lands. Of course we draw more lands. I'm mostly worried about Wingsteed Riders right now. Although Pharika's Cure is a pretty nice follow-up. So if a Wingsteed Rider does come down, we'll just snap off Pharika's Cure. As is shown here. Snap, as it were. Ooh, opponent has no follow-up play. That's gonna be rough. First thing we do, let's read some bones. You're getting put on top. You're getting put on bottom. And we draw another land? Great. Well, okay. If my opponent is still screwed after this turn, the Nemesis Immortals, yeah, this is going to be pretty rough on my opponent. I continue to draw lands, so I'm flooding a bit, but certainly better than my opponent's mana screw right now. Oh wait, I can't do this. I can't do math. I'm so used to Nemesis not costing 6. Oh, I'll pass the turn. Again, because 3 planes can't do a whole lot. Rave Dissolution is good. Stays alive, but we're going to put a lot of pressure on my opponent very soon. Hey! And a card. But you know, just one removal spell. I paid 3. Oh, shoot. Pay attention. I am thinking way too hard. One removal spell, including like a Divine Verdict, which can very easily be here, takes out the Nemesis, then I have no gas in hand. So that is fairly scary. I'm not complaining by any means. My opponent is way the worse for wear compared to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Especially because next turn, chosen by. That's actually a good play by my opponent, just trying to dig out. Just trying to draw. And yeah, and this is just going to get nutty right now. One, two, three, four, five, six. I can't do math. Let's just go ahead. 6, 7, 8, yeah. Try to focus. Sorry, I am clearly bad at magic, being so distracted by basic math. And a Yox comes down. Go ahead and attack. I'll monstrosity at the end of my opponent's turn. Now we can monstrosity. Yay! Finally. Gosh, my opponent's just whiffing hard here. Trying to make this as painless as possible and go as quick as possible here. Dr. Funkenstein, I loved your name so much. Alright, and we move on to the finals. Sorry to Dr. Funkenstein for annoying screw. And again, I said it 20 times, but I love your name. It's awesome.